When you don't know how it does against the primary strain which is currently present largely in India, how can we be so certain that against the new strain which has just about entered our country and is spreading havoc in the United Kingdom, this virus will do well? Respond to the points made by Dr. Aviral Vatsa.
See, first and foremost, Rahul, very respectfully, I would submit that remember that we are not supposed to know everything. I'm a politician, I'm a surgeon, I'm supposed to know about cholecystectomies and pancreatectomy. I'm not supposed to know about the spike proteins, etc., etc. But well, yes, as a responsible citizen, my buck has to stop somewhere. I have to have faith on certain group of people who have been designated by the government of this country, who have been elected by the people of this country, and who do their job arduously and with great deal of responsibility. I have faith in the ICMR. I believe Dr. Bhargav. I have faith in the DCGI. I have faith in the Director General of the DCGI. And they all have reiterated that since this is the particular way that the vaccine has been made, this Covaxin is for a particular use in emergency situations and it would be effective in a mutant strain. I'm not a scientist to comment on it, but I have complete faith of the scientist. As a politician, my humble submissions, we should try least to spread rumor mongering over here, because what certain politicians have done is, this is BJP's vaccine, why should I use
that?
Why should I be using
Dr.
BJP's
Patra, that
vaccine?
wasn't my approach, which is why I didn't even call a single politician. Forget what the politician says. Of course, it's not BJP's vaccine, but at a time when we don't know, when the company itself and the drug regulator and the Medical Research Institute doesn't know how efficient that vaccine is, forget Akhilesh Yadav. He's immaterial in this conversation. No one knows how effective that vaccine is, and we've gone and given approval. The only other countries who took this punt, had the kind of quote-unquote faith that you're talking about, are China and Russia, which are infamous world over for lack of transparency in medical regulations.
I would say, when we say that, well, Russia's vaccine has not been helpful, I've been hearing that Sputnik is being used in many of these Middle East countries. It is there all across, and these countries have performed their own efficacy safety data on Sputnik, and they have released that data. And astonishingly, I have not heard of a single article being published anywhere, the Lancet, etc., etc., where they talk of any kind of side effects of most of the vaccines. Leave aside Indian vaccine, of any vaccine across the globe. I have not heard of any side effect of the Pfizer, Moderna, or any other vaccine.
Respond to this argument made by Sambit Patra that if Russia and China are cited as instances of what we shouldn't be doing, in those two instances, the vaccines that have been put out by the Chinese and the Russian authorities are being used in other countries, and forget what's happening inside China. We don't know what's happening behind the Great Wall, but we do know in other countries where it's being used, people are largely satisfied with the way the vaccination process has gone. Srinivasan.
Well, we really don't know whether they are satisfied, and this is all hearsay. I think in scientific issues, whether the vaccine is effective or not effective, efficacious or not efficacious, is decided by peer-level publications in journals like Lancet. And I haven't seen any papers. Probably Lancet has rejected all those papers from these countries because of poor writing or scientific reporting and so on. So I think we should not really take as our examples some countries where democracy is not really in place. And I think this whole issue is about transparency, democracy, and discussion by other experts. And nobody is rumor mongering here, because we're interested that our country produces a first-class vaccine, and then it's safe and it really works when it's supposed to work. And we do all that is required and not resort to something unprecedented in the annals of clinical trials, where a drug has been where a vaccine has been approved without phase 3 data. So I don't think we should, that should be our beacon, and guideline should be the best practices and not some wishy-washy practices of countries we don't know about and where there's no reportage in peer-level reviewed journals.